Stablecoins are an important part of the cryptocurrency world that I have been focusing on a lot. At this point, stablecoins are a big part of both crypto and regular money. Some of the most famous people in the world have talked about this piece of crypto. We're talking about government leaders and people who work for institutions. At this point in the use of crypto and stablecoins, I really believe that crypto is fully grown. Our most recent report on the state of crypto is here from A16Z Crypto. The main idea of the year is that the crypto business is getting bigger. Both traditional banks and fintech companies are putting out crypto goods. Stablecoins that were defined became popular. It costs less and takes less time to use blockchains. The change in US regulations gave builders more faith. These are just a few of the best parts. Okay? We also have a few other things here. For example, the crypto business is growing. We think that between 40 and 70 million people use crypto every month, which is 10 million more than last year. Also written here is the fact that the market value of all cryptocurrencies has surpassed $4 trillion. The number of people using crypto mobile wallets also hit an all-time high, rising 20% from the previous year. Stablecoins are all the rage these days, so this must be the big one, right? They do 46 trillion yen worth of business every year. That's 20 times as many deals as PayPal does each year, and 3 times as many as Visa does each year. A dollar sent this way is fast, cheap, and can go anywhere in the world. This isn't just a crypto story about stablecoins. They are about the economy as a whole. There are now more than 1% of all US dollars on public blockchains that are stablecoins. More than $150 billion are held in US treasuries by stablecoins, which is more than many sovereign countries. Once more, major players are in this room. They are getting into crypto. All of the big names are here: Robinhood, BlackRock, Fidelity, MasterCard, Morgan Stanley, JP Morgan, PayPal, and more. The big change in crypto is happening right now. This makes me very happy. Listen, I'm really excited about this because we are now seeing how the new banking system is being built. Because once more, I've already talked about this for years, we are keeping an eye on how the new financial lines come together. That is, we are seeing this right now. That's why we think of stablecoins, right? It's crazy to see this picture and understand how big it is when we compare it to not only Visa and PayPal, but also ACH. It will take about $40 trillion before people start to protest ACH's yearly transfers. We'll probably get there too. Stablecoins aren't going away. The truth is that they are speeding up. Add to that the fact that big banks like Citi are starting to work together more and more. Citi is working with Coinbase to build the future of payments. They are looking into ways to make it easy for Citi clients to use digital assets, use stablecoins for payments, and make on and off ramps better. In this case too, we're seeing some of the biggest names in traditional banking move to on-chain. They want to use the technology to join the chain. This is yet another sign that crypto is here to stay. It's not going anywhere. Visa as well. Visa is letting people pay with 4 stablecoins on 4 different blockchains, and they can also be converted to regular currency. This is yet another clear sign that the big players need to start taking this seriously. Visa, Citi, and almost all of the other big names that are now getting into crypto know that it's make it or break it. We will fall behind if we don't connect. That's also why stablecoins have been growing the way they have. As an example, we just passed 200 million stablecoin holders. We can also see that the number of monthly active addresses has gone up by 20, which is almost 4%, bringing the total to almost 35 million. The number of transfers each month has gone up by 4.85 trillion, or almost 47%. The market value is $295 billion. It's crazy to see this, but it's what you'd expect. We knew that stablecoins would be big a few years ago. In fact, that's exactly why Ripple told us in November 2022 that the stablecoin races were happening. Back then, we didn't really take it seriously, but now you can see why they said that. Because once more, if we look back to November 2022, you know that stablecoins were linked to more than $140 billion. Yes, we saw this drop a lot until around the end of 2023. But after that, we saw it go crazy up. And once more, transfer amount, this is crazy to see. I've also talked about this here and there. We just had one of the busiest months ever for transfers, with over $4.7 trillion going through our systems. To give you an idea of how big that is, that's more than what was traded in December 2024. Stablecoins aren't going away, as I said. Now that we think about it, we can't help but talk about Ripple and RLUSD. A lot of interesting things are going to be talked about at Ripple Swell. We also know that Securitize will be at Ripple Swell to talk about RLUSD and global growth and trust. Listen, stablecoins are being talked about at almost every big event right now. When Ripple Swell talks about RLUSD, it makes sense. That's not all, though. It's the fact that Securitize is sending this. Why should I care about that? Because if we only talk about tokenization, let's look at the market as a whole, right? The third most valuable player in this space is Securitize, which is a platform. It has to do with Securitize and $4.5 billion. Securitize is a big name in this field, and they just teamed up with Ripple. Now, RLUSD will be focusing on this area only. That being said, I bring up RLUSD not because this is an XRP-based movie, but because we are seeing RLUSD grow a lot. This is open here. We'll talk about this again soon. I want to go to this announcement over here. RLUSD has been around for a year, has a market cap of $1 billion or more, and is backed by $1. It is the most trusted and transparent stablecoin for organizations. Now that Ripple Prime, G Treasury, and Rail are on board, RLUSD and XRP will make settlements faster, more efficient, and legal around the world. In this way, we move the future of banking forward. A lot of people who watch the show say that the main reason RLUSD was made was to be used on Ethereum. We've reached 1 million. Right now, this is how RLUSD looks. 1.02 billion, which is almost 30% more than 30 days ago. It's about 2.3% less than last month, or $5 billion in monthly transfers. Every month, the number of live addresses and holders is up by about 3 to 4%. But take a look at how much this XRP system has grown. The amount of RLUSD on the XRP ledger has gone up 122% in the last 30 days. This tells us that they are now putting out a lot of RLUSD on the XRP system. Why does that happen? Yes, that's because a lot of the recent moves in RLUSD have been about the XRP system and XRP. Besides this, we also have this picture of the XRP record from rwa.xyz. Take a look at the stablecoin market cap. It has grown by more than $400 million in just 30 days, which is almost 50%. All of my attention has been on the stablecoin 30-day transfer amount. It's almost $550 million. It's gone up by 100 and almost 20% in the last 30 days. When it comes to stablecoins, the use of the XRP system is growing very quickly. This makes me very happy. A lot more stablecoins have also been starting on the XRP ledger. We've also talked about this before. Along the way, a lot more stablecoins are expected to be released on the XRP ledger. However, USDB is already beginning to grow. The BBRL, ROUSD, EUR, AUD, and USDC are all here. Besides Gears 5, there are a few more that we haven't seen yet, but we are keeping an eye on these great networks to see when the stablecoin market really wakes up. Moving forward, we can see more and more efforts to expand not only the stablecoin market, but also the infrastructure that these stablecoins are based on, such as the XRP system. The main focus is on these networks because obviously the more people use these stablecoins and the more value moves through them, the better the network is affected by network effects.